Welcome to the 290 Mo podcast. I appreciate your time. If you could introduce yourself to my viewers and listeners.
Lilian.
Lilian. What do you do, Lilian, for the people who, may be watching or seeing this for the first time? Because she is a return guest, so she may be familiar to a lot of people. So
I am a singer-songwriter, accountant, fitness guru, dancer. That's about it.
are accountants good with their own money?
Very good.
Seriously? Mm-hmm. Do you have to be good with money to be an accountant, or do you have to be good at math?
A little bit of both.
Mm-hmm. Is it real math? Is it just adding, addition, subtraction, and division?
Sometimes it's like comparing what was paid, what's left. So like it sounds simple, but then there's like a lot of factors. Because I work for a construction, electrical, and plumbing company.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes tax is a factor. Like there's just depends on how large the invoice is and all that. But I won't bore you guys with the math lesson.
I'm sorry for the people who think it's boring. I'm just I think I got
Right
one more.
off the
I got
bat.
one more
Nah.
question about it. I got one more
Okay.
question.
No.
So is the accountant? Do you do accounting for the entire company, or is it just payroll? Is it just maintenance? Is it
Kind of with our vendors and subcontractors, so our clients and vendors. And then I actually just got promoted, so I do project management now, but there's still accounting in it. But like I said, we're billing the customers, but we have to pay the subcontractors. So that's where it becomes complicated because it's like making sure we don't want to pay them until we get paid for the job. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting to look over here.
You can look wherever you feel comfortable. I try to make it so it's a lot of things for you to look at. Like I usually had the videos run. I was supposed to have your previous interview running on the iPad, but
Why would we do that?
that's just something I do, especially for return guests, and be like, oh, you know what I'm saying, shows that I, appreciate,
We don't need to waste the battery.
Nah, I think that's good, and like I said, I like to have multiple things for people to look at, because some people be nervous, you know what I'm saying, some people can't make eye contact,
Right.
Some people like to look in the camera, some people, like to look at themselves, you know what I'm saying, so I just try to make it multiple outlets so the guest is comfortable. So that's work. Let's talk about your what kind of work would you call your music career? Would you consider that work?
It's funny because I tell myself it's all for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that mentality's kind of kept me going, not taking it too serious. But if you know me, I also take it very serious. So it's kind of, I don't want to say like a delusion factor, but taking it serious enough where it's something where, for example, 2 days ago, Monday night, I had a show.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you know is performing on a Monday night when they have work the next day? You know what I mean? Like, obviously, a lot of people are, but I'm just saying, to me, that shows, oh, they are taking it serious. It's a Monday night. So, what was the question? Sorry.
Do you consider it work? Like, do you consider it work, or
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. The only reason I don't really consider it work right now is I'm not getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I am, I guess.
you are
For
getting
streams,
paid,
very little. You know what I mean? But like, I guess like
the big
booking wise, I'm not getting paid
Not to
$20K a
live off
show.
of,
Right. So that's kind of why I don't view it as a job.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a job, so that's work. This is my hobbies. These are my passions. You know what I mean? So I think it is important to draw the line. But I do treat it like a job, like clockwork. You know what I mean?
I think that's the better way to say it.
Yes. And obviously, you only get out as much as you put in. So that's a huge thing, too, is if you're not putting time in to record songs, how are you an artist? Which is something I struggle with. People are like, how do you keep getting booked when you haven't put out a song in a while? And I'm like,
How big do you know, like, exactly how big your catalog is?
hold on.
This is not to put you on Front Street or anything, you know what I'm saying? It's just,
I think I'm at about like 13 songs that are out.
yeah.
So 13
So
songs.
I mean, like, you can hold
There's
you
still-
can
yeah, there's enough to like
right,
choose
do a
from.
performance, you know?
Right, but not every song is like performance worthy. You know what I mean? Like some songs the crowd doesn't really vibe with. Or like
True.
you kind of have to know your audience. Oh, are people gonna like bop to this, shake their hips to this. Oh, is this a slow song that I want to capitalize my voice and show them I can actually hit vocals? So it kind of just depends on your crowd, the vibe, the other artists. Because sometimes I like to go against the grain and, okay, everyone's performing rap tonight. All right, let me throw a little pop in there or whatever just to switch up the vibe.
Yeah, switch up the vibe. It's gonna turn heads. That's a good strategy, and I'll definitely continue to implement that. You know what I'm saying? Especially like you said, you could be at a venue where it could be just all rap. You know what I'm saying? And just the switch of the tone, you're gonna have people attention just like that. So I definitely think that's a great strategy.
And I feel like just being in Chicago, it does tend to be that. And I've had good experiences at shows and bad experiences where whatever, my set time gets cut short, or whoever's hosting the venue might not think I deserve a slot, or whatever the case may be. And then sometimes I'm like, maybe I just haven't found my crowd. Chicago is a big, big city. So with that being said, you do have to have the connections to be able to perform at these places. So if you're an R&B or pop artist, get in tune with me. Because I would love to perform at, like, I feel like there isn't really, I don't know, no one really tries to categorize their music these days. I feel like no one really likes putting themselves in a genre, but we all have one. You know what I mean? So
That's what I say. Even if you don't, the fans will. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So
Apple Music will. They will put you in a category.
For sure. And I don't think that's a subject that we talked about the last time when you were here, but since you've been going, a question that I've been asking a lot of guests recently is, how do they feel about like the slot giveaways, the contests? As somebody who's participating in such events, is that something that you would recommend to up and coming artists, or would you recommend them to invest that money in other areas?
My biggest piece of advice, if you're a beginning artist, honestly for anyone, is you really need to go for people in your league, if that makes sense. I've obviously shot my shot at events, venues, like, I would love to perform here. Here's my credentials, da 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 da. Sometimes you have to realize you need to look in your own community, people your age, people that you have mutuals with. Those are the people that are going to help you get opportunities, and vice versa. What can you bring to their show? So most of the shows I do are free. You know, it's an exchange. You bring guests who buy tickets, and vice versa or whatever. But I've also paid for slots, mainly because they came with like a recap video. Like, you're still getting something in return. I personally wouldn't really pay for just like time on stage, because to me it's like, if you have to do that, shoot lower, go to a smaller venue, go somewhere where your time's appreciated. That's kind of how I view it. With that being said, I have been offered to open up for larger artists, but guess what they want? And that's kind of like a pride thing for me, where it's like, okay, yeah, even if I open up for you, that doesn't guarantee that your fans are going to like my music. That doesn't guarantee those people are going to follow me. That doesn't guarantee those people are going to go stream my music. So to me, I just don't really see it as a good investment. Obviously, that doesn't apply to everyone. If you're a hot and upcoming rapper and you're opening up for, we'll just use Chicago's own, Polo G or Lil Durk, G Herbo. Okay, you make music like them, their fans are going to like you. I make pop. I'm sorry. If I ever had the opportunity to open up, you know what I mean? Like, I just
see,
it doesn't translate.
But I feel like, like you said, like hot and up and coming, but it's pop, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like you still leave your mark. Like, even though you said you don't know if you're gonna get their fans, I guarantee you're gonna get some. I guarantee you ain't gonna be none.
Yeah, but it might be because I'm a woman, not because of my music. You know what I mean? Like, but
that's true too, but at the same time, music is something that's subjective, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it could be because you're a woman, but a lot of times people that's coming for music, they not worried about if it's woman, he, she, you know what I'm saying? So
I can, Polo, if you're seeing this.
Yeah. I just feel like, I just noticed that people who spend money purely on music to go see music, you know what I'm saying, they really not, you know what I'm saying?
Well, to me, back to what
it'd be a plus if she's a good looking woman and I like her music, but
But back to what you were saying, like, oh, do you think it's worth it to pay for slots To me, the money's better spent on better quality at a studio. If you're, like, let's say your equipment isn't up to par, hey, maybe spend that money and book someone where your production's gonna sound radio worthy, you know what I mean? Or let's say you don't have any music videos out, spend that money on a good music video. It goes a long way. That's content for a while. That's just extra footage, memories, things you can show your kids. I always say how I can't wait to have kids and be like, yeah, your mom did this. Oh, here's like, I just think that's so cool. So I don't want any kids anytime soon, but
Might be still doing it. You don't know.
right. We'll never know. Guess we'll never know.
So, musically, as of right now, if you can share it with us, what's the goal? What's the blueprint? You know what I'm saying? Do you have a blueprint? What is the mission for your career as it stands right now?
It's a good question, but I did write my 2024 goals. Not all of them had to do with music, but ironically, more than half probably did. So I guess that tells you how much of a
That's the same
part of it is in my life. But really, just my goal each year is just keep expanding, keep impacting people. I've done, I think, one out-of-state show for music. So, just getting to more states. I travel a lot, so it goes hand in hand. Like, okay, why not also find a show while I'm already on vacation? Things like that. Other than that, music-wise, I guess start to get paid in some way, shape, or form. Personally, I'm not really big on charging features because, back to what I was saying earlier, it's an exchange. You know what I mean? You're giving me your time. We're creating art. I don't really see myself charging people for features
unless you get your proper splits to the streams. Then,
but even then, it's like
no, Lilian.
No, I still do the splits.
Oh,
We still do the splits.
If the song be a multi-million, you don't want to work like you.
No, if you want to feature with me, you gotta have ASCAP, all that stuff. So I still take it serious. Yeah, but I don't know my goals.
Let me ask you this: is there a album? Is there a EP? Is there anything that you want to get done in 24 that you could share? A lot of people, what I'm saying, sometimes they say it's best not to share your goals until you complete them. So
I'll share just because I'm big on manifestation and foreplay. No, I'm just kidding. But I completely blanked because I have a new song coming out in January and video, but I'm not really going to give too many details. I did write the song over a year ago, and I've literally been hanging on to it because at first I didn't think it was good enough. There was parts where I thought my voice cracked, and then people were listening to it. I performed it live actually at a show a few weeks ago, and the crowd loved it. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm tripping. This is worth putting out. Then I shot the music video, and I was like, all right, we might have us one.
So you didn't completely decide on if it was the one to after the music video?
No, I decided a little bit before then. Once we planned it, once I ordered the outfit I wanted to wear, I was like, okay, this is happening. It's got to drop. So I'm really excited for that. I don't really want to give away too much. The song's called Foggy. And I just feel like it's just a good song to start the year. You know what I mean? Just, hey, I haven't dropped a song in a while, honestly, but it's a fun song, not too serious. I would say like a funk pop vibe. But the music video is really what's gonna hit. So stay tuned.
That's dope. I can't wait to see it. So what I want to ask you about is, being an artist, you're also a part of a community. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go out to the shows and the events, you know what I'm saying? You might come across the same people, might be Instagram friends with artists that's in the city doing the same thing as you. What is your opinion on the landscape that you're a part of, like your peers, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that? What's your opinion on it?
This might be a long answer. Let's start with peers. So peers is obviously people your own age, your demographic, whatever. I would say that is has become my favorite way to connect because you do meet no, I'm just kidding. But you do meet people online that you then get to meet in real life. And it just makes it all the better. It's like, wow, like this person is who they say they are. They act, they represent, they stand for, you know what I mean? Like it just makes it all the better when it's unravels that way. I've definitely met a lot of cool people within the past few years I've been doing this. Music's opened. I'm sorry, I keep talking about music, but in all my avenues, it's really opened a lot of doors. As for family, it has been a bit challenging because no one in my family's done anything remotely close to this, whatever you want to call this.
Would you call it chasing your dreams?
I would. I would say I would just say like the unknown. Like we have no idea what this is going to bring, what this means for my family, what it means for myself. Like I said, right now it's just something I do for fun, and I'm kind of just going to keep running with that for as long as I can, because the moment it's not fun, what did Drake say? The moment I stop having fun with it, I'm going to be done with it. But family's definitely been a challenge. If you watched the last episode or if you know me, I have 4 siblings. Youngest one's 12, oldest one's 26. That's a big age gap, you know what I mean? So right now, no one in my immediate family has come to one of my shows.
Hold on, you said 12 to what?
11 to 26.
26.
So right now, no one in my immediate family's come to one of my shows, which I don't know how to feel about that because I don't know. Some people might take it to heart.
Have you invited them?
Maybe not like directly, but like they know I have a show coming up. You know what I mean? Like, my cousin's come to one of my shows. He came to one of my shows last winter. So that was cool. Like, it's just you have to want to come. That's my thing. Like. At the same time, I do understand, like, okay, my mom doesn't want to be in a crowd with people of age 20 to 30. You know what I mean? So I do understand that. So I think I am just waiting for that opportunity where it's a bigger venue. There's more people. She might be ducked off somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, but still there. But no, I don't take any of that to heart. My siblings still, play my stuff or make jokes about it. So I kind of like it that it's like playful, like, all right, Lily, let's see what you're doing. Like, my little sister has been in one of my music videos. And then, yeah, she actually helped me shoot another one. So we did a vlog when we were in Puerto Rico. We're going to Costa Rica in January, and I'm about to force her to shoot another one. So, but whatever. She makes it worth it.
You shooting in Puerto Rico?
Last year we shot it in Puerto Rico. So that was called With You. It was a good it was vlog style, us having fun on the beach and stuff. But other than that, the only other people I really count, we kind of talked about peers, internet, kind of the same thing, is really like people that knew me as a child. So that goes for childhood friends, neighbors, my parents' friends, our, outside family friends. That's probably even harder than immediate family, just because it's like, those people have the opportunity to kind of alter your reputation because, I still know her. Like, it's credible, but you also haven't spoken to me in over 2 years. I'm a complete, you know what I mean? So one thing that really
supposed to be 6 months. I'm done.
Right. Yes, exactly. But, like one thing that kind of like hit me, I think this was like said about me, like, probably in like 2018. Like, it was already 5 years ago and it still sticks with me. But like, one of my neighbors wasn't happy that her daughters followed me. She thought I was like a bad influence. And to me, like, I took it to heart very deeply because to me, I think I'm an amazing role model. I was a two-sport 4-year athlete in high school. Was in all the honor societies. I got a college degree. I have a good credit score. I work full time. I'm chasing my dreams. Like, what? I'm physically healthy and fit. Like, what more do you want me to give up? Like, what more do you want me to do? I'm family oriented because I'm not in a relationship. Like, to me, that's the only thing that I'm like, okay, I don't have a family and husband right now. To me, like, I took it to heart. It's 5 years ago and I still think about it because I'm like, what more can I
She
give
must
of
be like
myself?
real old fashioned or something. Like,
No.
like what the fuck?
Well, now her daughters are starting to be that age, and it's like funny how things change, but whatever.
You
No, it's all love.
interpret that
It's
any way
all
you want
love.
to.
It's all love. And, that stuff does motivate you, though. Like, okay, how can I be better? And people say it all the time, but, your haters are your biggest motivators because it's like, let me just prove everyone wrong. So people thought music even, oh, she made one song on SoundCloud. That's it. Okay, look at me now. I'm on all platforms. I do shows. I travel, get booked. I model. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not ending. I wasn't going to stop there. So it's just a continuous proving people wrong. And some people can be like, that's not why you should be in it. Well, that's not why I'm in it, but it's just the little sprinkles on top.
One thing I noticed sometimes people don't like to see other people like do things that they was too afraid to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's like people fear the unknown. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go to school, get a job, and go home, you know what I'm saying? You know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a 401k. You retire, you're gonna die. But if you try to be a musician, you don't know what's gonna happen. You could be rich. You could be one hit wonder. You don't know.
And it's not even musician. It's fashion designer,
Your dream.
artist,
That's why I say it's like chasing
painter.
your
Like,
dream.
it's everything. So, no,
Like you could be regular or you could chase your dreams. That's how I look at it.
right. And that's what people don't understand. And I wish, like, growing up, people expressed it more. There are so many avenues. Like, I don't personally, I don't think I found my avenue. Like, as much as I love music, maybe this isn't the end all be all for me. For all I know, it could be being an A&R. You know what I mean? That's still music, but I'm just saying I could be in the wrong lane, but it takes getting through that to take the exit. Oh, let me find this. You know what I mean?
At least you try. You'll never say, you know what I'm saying? I always wanted to, you know what I'm saying?
And for me, the coolest part is like, I'll always have my cover art. I'll always have my tracks. Like, that is so cool to me. Like, it's set in
like you said, you can show your kids.
written,
Like,
it's
look what I
done.
used to do.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
like, there's just, to me, that's, and same thing with painters. Like, it's all the same. Like, interviews. You can show your kids these interviews years from now, and
I
like,
think about that shit all the time.
it's
Like, even
so
when I'm gone, I'm
cool.
be like, I'm gonna have hundreds.
look who I met.
of
Look who they
episodes.
turned out to be. Like, that's so cool to me. I feel like that's kind of the most rewarding part, is seeing the process, the growth, and even if it's not months, years, literally years you can't even see. So
Still talking about your peers. When you're at these shows and the events and you're backstage and you're mingling with the crowds and how do you feel in those situations? What do you feel like the vibe is? Do you feel like it's a work environment? It's a party environment? What's the vibe like in those situations on the ground level?
honestly, this sounds dumb, but it depends on how my day was. So obviously
I can see that.
I work full time. If I had a long day at work, if I didn't eat, all those things matter. But also who's there, how many people, because I actually have social anxiety, believe it or not.
Me too.
I think everyone does to an extent. Like, if you're uncomfortable, everyone's uncomfortable at some point. So for me, who's there, if believe it or not, I almost pull up to any function alone, which I probably shouldn't be saying on camera, but to some people that's like, they would never do that. But to me, it's like, if I don't, these opportunities are going to fly by. Like, if I don't do it, and if my friend's not coming, I'm not going to miss out on that opportunity. Like, I'm going. I have things I want to accomplish. But the vibe is really set by just how other people make you feel. I try to find a happy medium, but so for example, I had a show 2 days ago. I was the opener. So I knew, okay, I need to set the tone for the night. I can have fun after. That's kind of how I viewed it. But then there's other shows where it's like, okay, I'm waiting. Oh, my set time isn't for another hour. Like, I don't want to drink too much. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's like hard to find your happy medium. I feel like I still haven't found my happy medium. Like, because you don't want to be tripping on stage. Like,
Have you ever had an incident where like maybe you had one too many and was that difficult to perform, or you just never always knew your limit?
I always know my limits. Like, I would never like get too messed up where I can't go on stage or something because it's not that serious to me. Like, it's not that serious to
And
get.
you putting your product, it's your product in front of everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But no, there's been a few times where it's like, okay, I'm wearing heels. I had a few shots. But no, I've never like fallen off stage, but that time might come. No, I'm just kidding. Everyone, it's happened to everyone. Travis Scott, you know what I mean? Like, people
Travis
have
Scott's
fun.
probably like the worst example in the world you ever.
I mean, no, but
No, I'm just playing.
everyone likes to have fun. And like I said, we all work full-time jobs. We have other stresses. It's a release. Performing is a release, believe it or not. It's a time you go to express your emotions, your feelings, your work in front of a lot of people. So the nerves are there. So for some people, drinking or smoking might be a coping mechanism. We're not really going to get to if it's a good or bad coping mechanism.
Both
but
of them, honestly.
but we're all victim of, having fun is what I call it. So
Yeah, for sure. You get one of them. You better have fun.
that one.
Cause ain't no redos, ain't no start overs. You know what I'm saying? So you better have fun. But I want to still ask a couple more questions about the music. Then I want to touch on your modeling. So
Okay.
with the music, you mentioned, you know what I'm saying, like how you feel like you could record more, how you could do this, how you could do that. Do you ever get discouraged? Like, man, fuck music. Like,
More than people probably even know. It's a long process from writing to concepts to going to the studio to figuring out if you want to have a music video to cover art to putting it out on the platforms to finding like it's a long process. It's not just like, here we go, it's done. No, if you want to come out with an album, like, okay, that's planning and prepping. Like, there's a lot of times where I'm like, why am I even doing this? What's the reward? You know what I mean? Like, and then those 10 minutes on stage or those few comments saying like, keep going, or I want to feature, I love your work, whatever it is that pushes you. For me, it's really the people's responses. It's just an incredible feeling. I don't really know how to explain it. But I feel like it's also an internal drive where it's just like, this is something that's a part of my life. Like, I just don't really see it leaving. Because even if I don't drop a song, I'm still writing songs. Even if I don't come out with a music video, I planned the music video, I just didn't make it happen. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's like that. Other times it's like, I can't tell you how many features I've done where the song never drops, and it hurts a little bit because you put your heart and soul into that verse or that chorus, whatever it was, those few minutes, and to it never like hit the surface kind of sucks. It's like a stab to the heart.
it is.
And
I've had music videos that's never dropped.
it hurts.
And
Why did I take the time to come do this for you? You know what I mean? But at the same time, I see the other side where it's like, it's just not ready. It's not the time. Like I said, the song I have coming out in January, I recorded that over a year ago, didn't even want to drop it, and then I performed it as an unreleased track and was like, wait, like, people like it, people can relate. So things change. Yeah.
You spoke on the situation with your neighbor. With you being an artist, you know what I'm saying, and a model, you know what I'm saying, you are technically, I won't say technically because I don't know if it's technically, but you're a public figure, you know what I'm saying. Does public perception mold how you carry yourself in any way? Like, do you ever be like, I can't do this or wear this or say this, you know what I'm saying, just because I do have family members and neighbors and stuff like that? Or are you like, I'm grown, I'm one life?
I feel like in the beginning I was like, F everybody, I do what I want, it's my life. But now, I mean, I'm still 23, I'm still young. Now I kind of view it as like there's a time and a place. Digital footprint's a huge thing. What you post online is there for life. You know what I mean? Like somebody screenshotted it out there. So personally, I don't really like to swear online. I don't swear in my music. I still wear revealing clothes, I guess, but I have tried to take it down a notch. You know what I mean? Like, not because of other people, though. It was just more of this is my reputation. This is my name. You know what I mean? It other people might have influenced it. But at the end of the day, you're the one that has to want to like make that change. So like they can be in your ear about it, but it still has to be you that wants to like change how you act and stuff. But no, I would say for the most part, I still do what I want. I'm not shit. See, look, I'm swearing. It just depends.
And I say that to say this. I still do it.
It depends on who you're with, if you're comfortable, what it's about, if it's a joking manner, if it's directed at somebody versus if it's something about yourself. You know, all those things are factors. And I'm such a big person of everything in life is case by case scenario. The world is not black and white, believe it or not. There is a lot of gray matter and a lot of color too. So I think people forget to have fun. They forget we're young. This is everyone's first time at life. Like, I don't think people process that enough, unless you believe in reincarnation. But this is everyone's first time at life. Like, we don't know what we're doing. Everyone's had a different story, scenario, life, and we're all just doing our best. So I never take anything to heart. I never take anything too serious, but serious enough where I'm always good.
Mm-hmm. For sure, for sure. So I want to transition a little bit into the modeling. You know what I'm saying? And we talked about it last time. So I got like a different approach I want to take this time. With you being a model, you know what I'm saying? You, like you said, you wear revealing clothes. You know what I'm saying? You're a gorgeous woman. How do you handle? You know what I'm saying? And I know it may not like be intentionally on your end, but I know a man is a man. So how do you handle being like sexualized? Like, I'm pretty sure men, you know what I'm saying, hitting you up and inboxing you. You might just be working out. You know what I'm saying? How do you handle that? Does that ever make you be like, I don't want to wear this or wear that, or just be like, that's just how men are? Like, how do you operate?
That's a good question. I mean, I feel like all women, not even me, we are sexualized from like a young age. So I don't want to say it doesn't really faze me anymore. But you also have to know when it's unwanted versus wanted. So like that was a big thing for me to learn these past few years is like, okay, when am I just going along with it versus when is it like, I like what I'm hearing? You know what I mean? Like for me, that was probably the hardest thing to learn is like, just when it was pleasurable or not. But I would say, once again, I don't take anything too serious. Internet wise, it's somebody behind a screen. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really think too much on it. As for in person, I'm very respectful. So as long as no one's coming at me like too crazy, like I'm somebody that always says thank you. You know what I mean? Like, unless you're saying something crazy where it's like, what did I read? Just what did I just experience? You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm talking about verbal compliments, but yeah.
I got it. I smell what you're stepping in.
It is hard though. Being a woman in general is hard. Being a woman who posts revealing photos. I've done photo shoots where, you know, I am covering my breasts, but in an art way, like picture a sculpture or something like that. Like that's how I view art. Bodies are art. Anatomy is art. You know, I'm somebody who thinks the trees outside are art. So that's just like how I view everything in life. Everything's
Definitely
art.
Pictures of trees.
So to me, it's like, if you can't contain yourself, to me that like turns me away. So to me, once again, there's a time and a place. Vocalizing it online in front of people's very bold, I would say, versus like private. Like that alone is already like two different alleyways we're walking down. But unless it's disrespectful, I don't really like delete comments if it's just like, oh, your figure, it looks nice. Like, thank you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to delete that. Like, it's not like, it wasn't rude. I think people have good intentions. They just probably weren't taught etiquette, maybe. I don't know.
Sure,
you know what
for
I mean?
sure.
I'm just
Okay, for
making
sure.
guesses here. But also some people might have said the same sentence to another woman and the other woman responded way different. So they thought that woman was going to respond the same. So that's something I think men need to learn is like not every woman is the same with how they handle compliments, scenarios, approaching. Like shooting your shot is a big thing in this day and age. Not every woman's going to respond the same. I'll leave it at that. So
Sound like you be breaking hearts out there.
I mean, it's one thing to be confident in your own skin, which I would say I am. Like, have you ever heard where it's like opposite? So like, oh, somebody who is cocky is actually very insecure. Like, have you heard of that? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
vice
Yeah.
versa. Like, oh, somebody who seems like they're a very physical touch person hates being touched. So I think that's like something people need to realize too is things aren't always as they seem. Like, I know me, myself personally, I can be confusing and like contradicting. So like I might come off as one way and then in person I'm like completely different. And like some people say that. So, but I don't take it to heart. I never take anything to heart. That's the motto today.
What's your favorite part about modeling?
Are we talking about like photo shoots or like runway modeling or like?
Because you are all of that. That's awesome.
I would say the most recent thing I've done for modeling was for my friend Desiree's brand, Exclusive Habit. And it's just always the coming together. Because it's art once again. The clothing is art. The photo shoot is art. Her brand, like it's just coming together, piecing it all together. That makes it worthwhile. Because a lot of models, it's like, I'm going to do this photo shoot and leave with 3 photos and like never think about it again. For me, most of my photo shoots, I like to use them for cover art or for, I don't know, it just has to have a purpose for a brand's website, for something like that. You know what I mean? I used to just do photo shoots. You need to do them with purpose. Is this for a digital magazine? Is this for, like I said, a website?
And just to have them, like you would never know, you could end up using it for just the cover for your birthday invitation. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
yeah, that's
Exactly.
dope. That's dope that you think like that. Also with the modeling, how does like we talked about your family response to the music? You know what I'm saying? You like I don't know if you meant the modeling too when you was like my family's never done nobody's in my family has ever done anything like this. So with the modeling, is it like the same with the modeling as the music? Is that something that have they seen you walk or checked out your photos or what's that's like? Or they be like, girl, you probably where your clothes at?
My family hasn't come to any of my runway shows, and I've done over 4 or 5, I think we're at now. Once again, sometimes it hurts, but sometimes it doesn't, because it's like, that's my area. That's where I get to like be myself, and I don't want to like, sometimes you don't want that bubble to be popped and have, I would love my family to come, but like sometimes it's like, once again, there's a time and a place. That's my bubble, my safe space or my creative space. Maybe I don't want everyone entering it. But no, they see my photo shoots. I've gotten cussed out. I've been modeling since I was 18. My mom has told me what is on the internet. What did I just see? And it's funny because she will find out through Instagram. I'm like, I'm sorry, I had to do it to him. So sometimes you just have to like, I did a shoot recently for my friend's brands. And I was wearing like a jean jacket and jean set that he did custom patchwork on. And my like underwear was out, but it was a swimsuit. First of all, it was a swimsuit, but it was out, and my mom did not like that. But it looked so good. It was art. Like everyone was that was probably like one of my favorite shoots I've done. Like it was just so the colors. Like that's the thing is you have to be artistic to get it. So if you're not looking at the colors, the angles, you're not gonna view it the way I'm viewing it. I'm like, look at this.
Mom just see like, boobs in underwear,
right?
You know
Yeah. So I think I'm missing out on a large target audience. One of my best friends is a cannabis creator. There's an audience for it. There is definitely a calling for it, I guess. Like I've been told to become a cannabis creator, and it's just like that's not my main thing though. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, I love weed.
Oh, you love weed? Me too.
Yeah, let me say it a little prouder. I love weed. It's just one of those things where it is hard to talk about because my whole family knows I do it, of course. But once again, is that something you want to broadcast? For me, I don't know. I don't deny I do it. It's legal. You know what I mean? Like, I've been doing it for like.
The only people I had that I don't have, but the only people that don't know I smoke weed is my job, and they know if they watch the show. But
my job does not know either.
I fuck with the weed because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I ain't never been no psychiatrist or no shit like that, but I know, you know what I'm saying, I done been through some shit in my life, so I be like, I know if I went to a psychiatrist, like, damn, sir, you probably need to take some of these. So I feel like instead, you know what I'm saying, marijuana, you know, is my mental health medication. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm a big proponent of marijuana. If marijuana does you better than taking some Xanax, or you know what I'm saying, then.
Well, and one thing I've always said is until I see a decline, like, oh, she's sleeping through work, she's not working out anymore. That's when I'd stop.
That's crack. That's cocaine.
But I'm just saying, like, weed doesn't do that to me. You know what I mean? Like,
rob your parents and shit.
Right. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's what, and in another 10 years, you're gonna be able to go on Walgreens and get you a pack of weed. You know what I'm saying? A pack of 6 joints already rolled up. You know what I'm saying? At Walgreens. That's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be weed vending machines in 10 years. It's gonna be wild.
You can do 100 things right. People are still gonna go to that one fucking thing you did 5 years ago. Pardon my language, but
it's still some judgmental hating shit though, because everybody has done bad shit.
Right.
Ain't nobody perfect. Right. Except for if you believe in the Bible, Jesus was the only man who was ever on this earth that was perfect. So that's why I just be like, fuck people. If you don't like me, you don't like what I do, you know what I'm saying?
Right, move aside.
See you in hell, you know what I'm saying?
Wait.
Coffins don't have bunk beds in them.
Oh, I've never heard that. Wait. Ooh.
You know, I've never had nobody touch that knob on the side of that microphone.
Come on, I do this. I do this. People don't get it. Like, okay, so same thing at my show 2 days ago. I'm sorry I keep bringing it up, but it was so fun. I brought my camera. People don't know this, but
that's what I was finna say. You say you be going to shows by yourself, where you could just be like, hey, Mo, I got a show. You know what I'm saying? You should bring the camera. I was like,
because I'm not like that. I'm not the person to like ask, but I brought my own camera.
I'm a vlogger.
But listen, I brought my. Okay,
I be looking for. I'm a starving artist looking for work.
But that was one to come to. But anyways,
press pass back there. I'm official.
I believe it. I brought my camera, and
you got a camera?
Remember it. This was the bullet point. This was the thing I wanted to talk about.
Oh, see, I told you that was gonna happen.
Okay, so my show 2 days ago, I brought my camera. Obviously, I was performing, and I actually do this at every performance. Is I bring my own camera, and the reason I do this,
me too, and I don't even perform.
It's kind of sad, okay, but like I said, I go everywhere alone. So I was so tired of performing at shows.
Lilian 290 Mo pulling up to your next event. She talking about everywhere alone.
Okay, but listen, so everywhere I go, I pretty much go alone. So I was so tired of performing at shows and having zero footage. Like, I'm telling you, zero, because whatever, it just didn't happen. So I was so tired of that happening. And then in my head, I was like, how many other people is this happening to, where like they don't feel happy leaving the night because they have no memory of the night. So I started just bringing my camera, taking pictures of taking pictures of other artists and just giving them something they'd be happy to leave home with, and like bring with them. Please bring.
I'm just doing my job. You look fine. What's wrong?
I know. I'm sorry.
You go model, man. You go model.
Anyways, I was so tired of performing at shows and getting no footage that I was like, how many other people is this happening to? Can I be that person for them? I'm not the best photographer. I don't have the best camera, but I love to edit. Like, editing is so fun. And I don't do anything with...
That's my favorite part about all this shit.
It's so fun.
Part.
You can edit the same photo 6 different colorways. Like, it's just raw as fuck to me. I don't touch up or like I know people be editing their bodies. None of that. All mine is I use Apple Photos, just your Photos app,
just use Photos
and just the edits on there, the colors, the saturation, brightness, contrast. I don't gotta list them all, but it's so fun to play with. And like, that's what people don't get, is you don't need fancy apps, you don't need a fancy camera. Even with my regular camera,
you gotta have the eye. That's why I want to ask you, how did you buy a camera? Was it just because you was into modeling and you was like, I wanted a separate? Because a lot of people just rock out with their cell phones.
No, what I just told you is I wanted...
And cameras ain't cheap.
For me, it was I wanted to cover other people.
She out here trying to take my job, y'all. No, I was playing.
No. I wouldn't say I'm the best at it. Like, for me, I get like a lucky shot, like one shot of the night. Other people, everything is pressure. I'm like... There is a lot of talented photographers in Chicago. I just want to give y'all a hand because it's overwhelming. Like, there's so many people I want to work with, but it's like, how do you even... Same thing with videography. People get offended if I like book somebody over somebody else, and I'm like, there's so much talent. You guys don't understand. Same thing with photography. My job, they asked me to hire a photographer. Big deal. No, just kidding. But so I had reached out to a few people I knew from Instagram, never met any of them in real life. Like, this is the cool part of social media. 3 people I never met in my whole life. Hey, I have opportunity for you. Tell me the budget. Tell me what you got. You know what I mean? Show me your criteria. And you end up picking somebody. And it's just like, it's just so cool when you get I just love photography. I really love photography. So anyways, I'm not the best at it, but
that's dope.
I think
you definitely the best, because photography,
you gotta be as a model,
in a way,
as an artist.
It's like music is subjective too. Because like I had told you, like I've taken pictures of trees. You know what I'm saying? And it's subjective because some people be like, "Why the fuck you take a picture of a tree?" But to me, it's like the way the light waves was coming through the trees and the shadows from the leaves. But my brother like, "Why the fuck you taking pictures of trees?" You know what I'm saying? So. So it's definitely subjective.
You're preaching right now, because that's the thing, is there's people in life who care about the little stuff and there's people who don't. To be happy, you literally have to focus on those little things. If that's the biggest life advice I have, is just be more observant. I'm such an observant person. I will sit there for 30 minutes straight not saying a word if it means I'm going to take away more from a situation. I had a show last Friday, the one that Mo was at. That night I was so antisocial. Like, and sometimes it happens. You cannot be a social butterfly 24/7. It's just unreasonable.
But I ask artists that all the time, because I know artists that go out every weekend at a show, and I'll be like, I know like real life have to hit you sometimes. Like sometimes you just gotta be tired, or you just don't feel like how do you get through that? And I have to say, I'm like you said, you was antisocial, but I'm glad I ran into you. Like, we had a great conversation that night. Like I couldn't tell. Like it was It
Antisocial,
was,
but
but that's I understand at the
but
same
it's because
time
we
too.
knew each other. You
Right.
know what I mean? You weren't someone new. So that's something people don't get is meeting new people is the tiring part. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck, I got to start from square
Yeah.
one again. Like,
I'm highly
here's
introverted.
who I am.
don't-
You know what I
don't-
mean?
I really don't talk at all.
But that night, like, I did not want to perform. I did
Mm-hmm.
not choose the songs I was gonna sing till like 5 minutes before. Like, I just was like, it was Friday. I had a long week at work, my 9 to 5 job, and I just didn't want to be there. And like, it sucks, but that happens. And like, you just have to push through it. Like, same thing you push through a hard shift, or same thing you push through a workout. Like, I got to do this for this 3 hours, and then I just have to handle business. And like, those are times when I do treat it like a job. But this also relates to spreading your events in life out. If you do something too much, you can lose feeling for it fast. But I also understand preparation, practice. You know what I mean? Like, you do it. Repetition is the key to life. I'll tell you that much. Consistency is the key to life. But if you do something too much, to me, it takes away from that special factor. So that's actually also why I don't wear makeup. To me, it's more fulfilling to wear makeup, whatever, twice a year for special occasions, wedding, something like that. Maybe I've done it for a fashion show. That's when it's special. So the less you do something, the more meaningful it is. Like, but at the same time, no, that shit ain't right. You know what I mean? So I'm a very 50-50 person. I'm always on the fence about anything in life, everything in life. And I would say it is a big flaw because when you can see the other side, you're just forever stuck in the middle. But big ass nose, big ass head, big ass dimples, big ass check.
Knock it off.
Oh my God, I'm spilling.
Big ass dreams. Big ass goals.
Big ass big ass
Hey.
I miss music. See, like, and it's moments like that where it's like,
It's just you.
it's music.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why the fuck are you starting? Like, who? I don't know.
Like, if you was to say you would quit music, that'd be weird because you would still be doing shit like that. Like, you be like, I get done with music, but you'll be talking to somebody, you be like, hey. And they be like, what the fuck? I thought you quit.
It's just like one of those things where because I don't want to say everyone does it because not everyone does it.
A lot of people
do it though. And you want to know why?
And a lot of people shouldn't. A lot of people do it, in my opinion, for the
and a lot of people shouldn't.
For the clout.
No. See, I disagree. This is the first time on the 290 Mo podcast show where somebody disagrees. But listen, I don't think there will ever be enough people making music because no two songs are the same. No matter who sings it, the lyrics, the beat, no two songs will ever repeat. It can get really close. It will never repeat. And to me, that's so raw because every time you're creating something new, like it's just everlasting. I think that's the cool part to me is like, I'm always going to find a new beat. I'm always going to have something new to sing about, an experience. Like, it's just so cool. But
and that's the dope. Why it's dope. What I do.
but some of us should stick to writing and not everyone should sing.
I get to meet people like you. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody
don't have that mind state. A lot of people mimic and imitate other people. I talk to, especially in hip hop, I talk to a lot of people who it's like, that's, I don't know if you're familiar with the Rod Wave situation, but it's a lot of Rod Waves out here.
And
you know what I'm saying?
we love Rod Wave, so I'm okay with it. No, just kidding. No, you do have to create your own wave.
No, I'm not okay with that. Cause that means I should be able to blow up. I should start doing music, right?
Anybody can do it.
I should use some Lilian bars, right?
You should take whatever opportunity is given to you.
And if I blow,
wait, let me ask you this. You have all this equipment. You got the audio app open right now. You're telling me you've never laid down some bars? I don't believe it.
I have. Yeah.
There you go.
Course.
So what?
Of course. It takes one song to get rich.
You're halfway there.
It takes one song to get rich.
You're halfway there.
It takes one song to buy a building. It takes one song to buy a car lot. That's how I look at shit.
And honestly, this is the part that sucks, but like, it's just a continuous question of like, how far are you willing to go? And like, because risk takers, gambling, if you are a gambler, you toxic as fuck. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, I
If you
can't-
gamble,
I
you're
can't.
toxic as fuck.
I can't lose. FanDuel is pretty. That's hard not to use because it's like right there at the victory on him. But as far as
Life's
Vegas,
a risk.
Vegas, I got $40 for the slots the whole weekend. That's
Nah,
it.
life's a risk. Listen, I've been to Vegas, I think 3 times
Vegas
now.
is my favorite place to go.
Been there 3 times, never gambled. Do you know how many people have told me to start betting? I'm a big sports head. If you don't know, like I genuinely watch sports and I just cannot fold for betting because I'm scared of it though. I'm scared.
It's easy, but it's too easy. So
You gotta take the
you
risk.
got a Bucks jersey on. The Bucks playing the Magic tonight. You got $100. You won already.
100.
You won. You know the Bucks gonna thrash the Magic. Even though it could be a weird night, anybody could win. But
Get addicted. I know it.
that's
And
why. That's why I say that's why it's hard. That's why it's hard.
It's funny because not to bring up marijuana again, but like you say the same thing, like, "Oh, I won't," and then you do, and then it's like it's too late.
I ain't
So-
never said that.
What?
Nah, hell no. I've quit before, but just cause to like
I know people who are addicted.
so I could get hurt at work and be on disability, but nah. But like I said, I feel like it's medication for me. So I don't feel like I said I quit.
No, I meant addicted to gambling.
Oh no.
Okay, you talking
no,
about addicted?
No,
Okay.
no, I couldn't. I don't.
No, like I know people who are addicted, like cannot go a night without doing it.
Oh no, I don't
That's
feel
so
like
deep.
anything should have control of you like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it could get dangerous like that. Because then you get to the point where you taking shit and pawning shit. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Selling
don't-
personal
right,
belongings, heat of the moment.
right? You don't want to argue with people because they not giving you $10. Like you don't want anything to have you by the balls like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely. I hope anybody who in a situation like that can get up out of that. So when we got about 15 minutes left to wrap it up.
Yeah, sorry, we didn't mean
To
to go
wrap-
into gambling.
No, it's all good. You know, so this
Sports though, that shit.
this great
The
content.
thing with sports is it's you know the answer by the end of the night.
Right, you know the
Versus
answer before
stocks,
the
You're
yeah.
wait like no, like I fuck stocks.
Even stocks though,
No.
even stocks. See,
Listen, I lost some money on stocks. I'm not even gonna say what companies
you see, I'm gonna tell you.
because they big ones.
Don't even see. I'm gonna tell you. See, this is the way I'm looking at stocks right now. I'm trying to like buy stocks that's cheap and low that I feel like is gonna blow up. So, for instance, like Ford stocks right now, it's like $30 a share. I feel like one day cars gonna fly. So I'm buying as many Ford shares, like one every couple weeks, and I feel like one day, you know, they only worth $37 right now.
Okay.
But I feel like one day cars gonna fly.
Okay.
And them bitches gonna be worth $1 million one day.
You want to know something? My dad sold his Apple stock. It was either Apple or Amazon. I can't remember. He sold this stock 4 months before the breakout year. I can't remember. I just remember it was with the A, but it was one of those two. I don't know why I'm blanking. I gotta ask him.
Either one shit.
I'm pretty sure it was Apple. I swear to God, like it was Apple. Amazon way too big, but nah, shit, they almost equal.
That's what I said. That's what it really is.
But yeah, and he tells us about it, and we're just like, why? Don't even bring it up. Like we could have been in a way bigger house. Like not on any ungrateful stuff, but like
We could have been a way bigger.
but you never know, and that's the thing is like
Right.
unless you have an inside ear. If you know somebody in the company or like something like that, you know they're about to make a power move. But that's why people think sports are rigged. But we ain't finna get into all that because you think sports are rigged?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I think it's too much
Factors.
cameras.
There's way
too
too
many
many
cameras.
factors.
It's 100 cameras, slow motion and stuff. Like it'd be too blatant. And then it's the last thing, like with the sports being rigged, the Illuminati, all that shit. People can't keep secrets. People can't keep no damn secrets. That's what it would have been came out if it was like if a referee was getting rigged or calling.
Nah, but like what about here and there? Here and there, yeah. Gotta be.
I don't believe.
Maybe let's say 5 games out the season. That's
But
those 5 games.
Games are rigged, but I'm gonna tell you how they rigged. They're rigged by the players and coaches. So like if a team, so like the Bears suck, they know if they lose, they know they can't. If they win another game, they're not gonna win in another game or make them get the second round pick instead of the first round pick.
Right.
So they'll lose out for the rest. They won't put their best
That's
effort.
not
forward.
cheating though.
But it's rigged. They
It's
not
rigged.
trying to
It's
win.
rigged, but it's not
They're not
cheating.
trying to win.
But
I don't think it's just like, hey, everybody, we got a meeting. So today we're going to make the Patriots come back from a 28-0 lead.
That.
You know what I'm saying?
But like,
and make Tom Brady to go. I don't think that was like manufactured in no way.
okay, but what about like, I'm trying to think of an example. Like, I just feel like there's certain stuff where like, okay, it's a call here and there. Oh, it's a field goal. You're telling me those kickers, they know. I don't know. I just feel like certain stuff like that where it's like the game is by like 3 points. Like at least football or basketball, vice versa. Free throws. Mm-hmm. You're telling me a foul is called? No, like
yeah, but you know
you got to spread it out during the game.
over one of the main factors over the talent, the athleticism, over all that. You want one of the main factors in sports? Human error.
Luck.
Human error.
Nah, luck.
Human error.
A lot of
luck too.
A lot of things in life are just right time, right place. I can only snap with one hand.
But is that luck or is it putting yourself in position?
It's definitely pressure. It's environment.
Because if you sit in a bed, ain't shit gonna happen.
Temperature matters. Hands sweaty. All that. Every second.
Knees weak. Moms are heavy. Palms. Mom spaghetti.
But everything is timing. Oh, some noise. This. Like, but preparation helps for that. So.
Mm-hmm. How?
Shout out sports. Shout out to sports.
You fuck with sports like that?
So much. Like, people don't even know this, but like, that's what my internship was in college.
I've seen you at a few live events. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to a Bulls game next month.
That's another game.
The seats are good. I'll say that much. Shout out to my boss.
You got the jerseys on. I don't think
I've been to Bucks games. Like, I really love sports. My internship was athletic marketing. Oh my god, I can't speak. My college internship was athletic marketing. I worked in the suites. I worked basketball, softball, soccer, baseball. We didn't have a football team, but if we did, I would have done that. But basketball's number one for me. Like, I just find it to be such a thrilling sport. Mm-hmm. No matter what department you're in, if you work for an NBA team or G League, whatever it is, it's thrilling to an extent just because of the rules of the game.
Who's the best player to you?
Best player? I'm sorry, I gotta go with LeBron.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
I love you.
You gotta keep in mind, I'm 23. Look,
that's what I'm saying. You young too. You talking about the GOAT? GOAT.
Rest in peace, Kobe. But
what?
He just needed more time. No, listen, he needed more time, in my opinion. LeBron's got all the statistics. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, he got the
LeBron
statistics.
has all the sticks.
Kobe the Black Mamba though.
Listen, no, LeBron. Statistics will outshine every time.
Yeah, for sure.
Age, that shit is insane.
Yeah,
you're playing when your son's playing. Like, I just can't get over that.
Our birthday the same day.
Really?
Yeah.
LeBron,
Tiger Woods, all greatness.
Damn. Okay. The only reason I won't say Michael Jordan, I will say Michael. It's just different time periods.
That's all it is.
Media wasn't as big as. People are recording anywhere he's at, stepping outside. But MJ, we know he's going to be here, flooding the streets, flooding outside his hotel. Those are two completely different eras. Newspapers, online feed. You can't compare it. Here we're getting fed it immediately. Of course we're going to see any blog, any video, any fight, any altercation. Versus we wait a week, we read it in the paper. Oh, we're seeing it globally. You know what I mean? Like, but also at the end of the day.
And then, like, you younger than me. Like, I grew up, like, Kobe Bryant was my Michael Jordan. Like, I saw, like, the tail end of Michael Jordan. But, like, Kobe was who I turned on the TV, and that's who I saw, like, being great. So that's, like, my Michael Jordan.
No, and I feel like my experience was similar. Like, obviously, you knew who Michael Jordan was. But Kobe, same thing in the classroom. We were yelling that shit. You know what I mean? Kobe. Like, and I didn't even watch sports back then, but I started cheering in 7th grade. 7th that's when you start watching basketball. And like, I literally fell in love with it ever since then. I was fucking 14. That didn't mean I went home and watched it on the TV, but I loved the sport. And yeah, so whatever. Anyways, fast forward, here we are some years later. I just feel like there's still something in that industry for me, but I wanted to work more with the community. So still be a part of like game days and stuff like that, but more so in like the community or the donor, because that's what I did work with. Donor relations is what it was called.